It's July 19th, 2020. The Karens, the Kyles, and the Kevins are on the rise again. Meg's the stallion, but Tory Lanez is the jackass. And will somebody, please, get Kanye the help he needs? Across the country and around the world, across the street and around the corner, this is Over the Culture. This is Over the Culture podcast, where you get to hear my spin on things I like music, sports entertainment, movies, TV shows, and your mom. We have an entangleship. You also get to hear about things I don't like Karens and Kyles and Coons, oh my. What's up, everybody? I'm your Bachelor of Ceremonies, the one gig kid, Pat Stay Black, Alex Treblack, Reefer Sutherland, the most interesting blurred in podcasting, Steve G, and this is Over the Culture, motherfucker.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
What's up, y'all? What's up, my people? What's up, everybody? My brothers and sisters. What's up, niggas? Want to hear my Al Roker impression? It's raining over here. What the fuck going on in your neck of the woods? Maybe I need to work on that. Maybe it's the delivery. So Kanye is back with the microphone in his face and he's saying dumb shit just like his old man, Donald John. His second dad. Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. She just had them work for white people up north. Okay, let's roll with that. What are you trying to get out of that statement, Kanye? I thought you were done with this whole campaigning thing. Thought you took your hat out of the race. I mean, what's up, Kim? What's up with your hubs? Get this man some help. We've been saying it. Everybody knows it. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Maybe he is getting the help, but on top of getting the help, he should stay the fuck out of the public eye for at least a while. This is a distraction. Anything that comes out of that camp is a distraction. The Kardashian camp is a distraction. The Kanye camp is a distraction. Even this Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, August Alsina, entangleship, all that shit, it's just entertainment. This is just TMZ blotter to fill our heads. Let's not take our eye off the fucking target. And that is getting Orange Face, Tiny Dick Little Hands out of the Oval Office. Him and his whole fucking family. Get them out of the fucking White House. Vodka, malaria, Baron, rhymes with Karen, Jarrett the Joke Man. Be gone. Cancel them. Cancel. Mute button. Cancel culture. Can you get with it? Can you hear me? Please, this November, we gotta do what we gotta do as Americans to eject this fucking human virus, this fucking COVID corpse of a fucking human being out of the fucking White House. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of his followers. I'm sick of his fucking Trump sheep. And the Karens are coming from everywhere. Who knows how long this has been a fucking thing here in America? Oh my God, he's trying to hit me with his car, with a gun in his hand, and his pit bull jumping up and down. I was scared. Oh my God. He's pulling out his dick and he's slapping me in the face with it. Oh my God, he's punching me in my glasses with his big black fucking dick. Oh my God, come here, officer. It's just getting fucking insane. These are grown-ass human being women doing dumbass shit, coming up with these fucking Nancy Drew fictional fucking myth fucking crimes. But thanks to technology, thanks to smartphones, we can call these Karens out on their shit. Screenshot is our best friend these days. You want to be racist in public? You want to put your information on Facebook, where you work, where you live, what your phone number is, the businesses you own, the business's phone number, the business's website. We got to attack those pockets. We got to get in those back pockets. Cancel. Those fucking podunk Klansmen cosplaying motherfuckers in Indiana that tried to lynch our brother. Apparently they own some business. And through the use of a simple Google search, we found that business. We found their information. Be gone. Cancel. The McGloskeys in St. Louis, looking like the couple at the beginning of Pulp Fiction. Honey bunny, no, put the gun down, honey bunny. No, we gotta kill these niggas. Freeze, motherfuckers. Oh, I gotta pee. Tell the bitch to put the gun down. McGloskeys. Motherfuckers are so empowered. I gotta protect my Second Amendment rights. There's something about that Second Amendment that seems very fucking biased. It seems like if a particular group are protecting their Second Amendment rights, they're gun nuts, they have to protect their home base. And it's all fine and well. It's set in stone. It's the law. It's their God-given right as an American. But if another particular group supports that and tries to protect their Second Amendment rights, oh, there's hell to pay. Oh, you might have to go to jail. But my Second Amendment rights, I'm an American. Oh, no, you're not. But I was born here in America. So fucking what? There's something about that Bill of Rights in general that seems pretty fucking biased. Pretty one-sided. How about we just destroy that bitch? Tear all this shit fucking down and start from scratch. How about we modernize all that shit? It's about over, what, 300, 200 years? Outdated, you think? But hey, when in Rome, white supremacy. And there are several things still set in play to maintain that white supremacy. We still got the house Negroes in play. Jason Shitlock, Terry Crews. How the fuck, Terry Crews, can you allow a man to just grab your fucking junk in front of your wife, in front of other people, and you just don't do anything? But you're very vocal about what Black Lives Matter needs to do. You're very vocal about what black people need to do. But you allowed some man to grab your fucking dick and balls in front of your wife, the mother of your children. And you didn't do anything? Mr. Former NFL, bench press 500, 600, pecs, muscle dance. Terry Crews, you couldn't just push the nigga? You couldn't just choke the nigga? Put him in the Melvin lock? Jody? You couldn't slap the nigga though. For real, Terry Crews? You were very silent, Terry Crews. You did nothing, Terry Crews? But you know exactly what black people need to do in the face of white supremacy, Terry Crews. You have the finger on the pulse of the community, Terry Crews. Oh, Terry Crews, lead us the way. You have the answer. Through years of intensive bench pressing and deadlift squats, you have reached the zenith of intelligence, of black empowerment, Terry Crews. You have this sixth sense of black empowerment, of taking us to the next level, showing us the promised land, getting us there. The dream that Malcolm and Martin envisioned. Terry Crews, you've had the answers this whole time. And thanks to your Twitter, and thanks to your Instagram, thanks to your social media, I think we will be on the righteous path, Terry Crews. Fuck you, Terry Crews. You're an apologetic coon. Black Lives Matter is simply asking people to allow us, black folks, to exist. Black Lives Matter, the statement, is simply saying we matter too. Terry Crews, I don't see any underlying tones of black supremacy, of black is better. Black Lives Matter is just asking for us to coexist with these other races, skin tones and colors. Terry Crews, you should be canceled at this point. Cancel culture, chime in. August Alsina has this new song with Rick Ross called Entanglement. I heard a minute of that shit and I had to cut it off because, for one, this is some fuckboy shit. And I cannot get jiggy with it. That shit gets no airplay in the Nissan Altima. There's just all kind of foul plays throughout this whole ordeal. This man allowed you into his home. They took you in as one of their own. They nurtured you. Their mom fucked you. Apparently a couple times she fucked you. And she's not so innocent on her end. But anyways, you lived out my childhood fantasy. You had sex with Jada Pinkett Smith. And this happened apparently a while ago. We wouldn't have known. Maybe Will Smith wouldn't have known. Had you not spilled the beans, August Alsina. And now they had to have a red table interview conversation. And I guess all is well. He forgave her. They're still together. The Smiths are stronger than ever. But you couldn't let it be well enough alone. I guess you got offended because you didn't get an invite to the red table. So now you have to make a song about this shit? Fuck your music. Fuck you as an artist. Come on, cancel culture. Chime in. Please, August Alsina, you and Kanye should get together, make an album in the Sykes couch. August Alsina, you and Kanye West need to get together and build a community and build a wall around that motherfucker and never be heard from again. It's not that hard for me to say. Kanye West, was one of the people that I had offended the most. Between him, LeBron James, and Charlemagne the God, I was very defensive. Like, no one understands him. He lost his mom. He's in a bad place. And with me, we're at the point of no return. Now, my friends, whoever, my listeners, you guys can be defensive of this guy. You guys can take over from here. I am done and dunner. Done. If you guys want to be apologetic about his bullshit, about his fuckery, fine. I have canceled Kanye a couple of years ago. August Alsina, never fucked with him, never will. It's his fuckboy all over it. You're an unappreciative fucking prick, August Alsina. She put that cougar puss on you and you're sprung. I get it. But now you're never going to get it. Again, you might have had a chance to get back in there. But you're never going to get it. You fucked that up. Never again, August. You know how many 90s kids, how many boys growing up watching her in Jason's Lyric and Different World, Low Down Dirty Shame, Menace to Society? You know how many boys from that era want to tap that, August Alsina? You were a baby in the 90s. You're still in your 20s. Still got milk in your breath. You don't know. You wasn't there. I was there. You wasn't there. And you got to tap that. One of your friends' moms? And we hear it over the culture adore moms. Especially ones that fuck their son's friends. Damn it, August. And I can't believe Rick Ross, Rose, one of my favorite rappers ever. Can't believe he signed up to be on this shit. Come on, Ross. It's a check to him. More, I still fuck with Ross. I don't fuck with August Alsina. I love Ross. I don't love August Alsina. Gets no airplay in the fucking Nissan Altima. You know what also doesn't get play in the Nissan Altima? You know what also doesn't get play in my notifications, my posts, my timeline on social media? Apologetic coon shit. Trying to play the devil's advocate for fucking white supremacy. I saw this post earlier today. Somebody said, the post, it was a picture of a white man being tackled with a knee, the back of his neck, a la George Floyd. And it's saying, the caption was, are we, meaning white, or meaning black people, are we just as outraged with this as we are with George Floyd? And I had to post, what was the outcome of this occurrence? So he was civil enough to actually do the research, and he came back with, well, their knee was on his neck for about a minute and a half. And he got in a tussle. The white guy got in a tussle with one of the officers, to the point where the officer had to call in reinforcements, and he's still tussling with them. Long story short, the white guy that was in the picture with the knee on his neck, he's still alive. So whatever point he was trying to fucking prove, whatever kind of devil's advocate's bullshit, on the contrary Negro ass fucking apologetic coon shit he was trying to bring home, put holes all through that theory. If I see that in my timeline, I just can't. I have to unfriend. Elections years are usually years of unfriending and blocking motherfuckers on social media, I've noticed. And I've already had to do my fair share. I can't do the selectively blind, ignorant shit. But what about black on black crime? Especially that shit coming from niggas? That shit coming from black people? Oh, what about black on black crime? We have to be just as offended by this. And we should be offended when black people kill black people. But we know how this fucking plays out. When black man kills black man goes to jail. We know how that plays out. Black man kills white man, he's going to jail. But sometimes, some fucking times, and recently, oftentimes, when white man kills black man, he gets paid leave. Or he just gets fired. Still walks these streets, sees no jail time, sees no handcuffs, sees no back of the cop car. Holes all through those theories. I don't want to see that shit. Especially from no black motherfucker. You ain't got no nerve to talk, man. Don't bring that shit here. Cause today I got time, cuz. Miss me with that coon shit, man. Don't be apologetic for these fucking white supremacists. Especially when I know white allies who are going even harder on white people than yo fuck ass. Your Terry Crews, Jason Whitlock ass, Stacey Dash motherfucking coon motherfucking house Negroes. Steven from Django. And I hate the fact that his name's Steven. Other things I hate? Niggas in general. Black lives matter, niggas fucking don't. To me, oh, how can you say that, Steve, in this kind of climate? Well, it needs to be fucking said. Because I'm sick of niggas and their nigga shit being lumped in with black men. I'm sick of hood rats and their hood rat shit being lumped in with black women. We have to cut the dead weight. No coon shit, no nigga shit, no hood rat, hot Cheeto, fucking flaming hot shit. None of that. I'm so over that shit. Yes, it sucks when a black man kills another black man. Especially over some dumb shit. Most of the time it is some dumb shit. But you know what? Those are niggas. That's a nigga that killed that black man. That's a hood rat that set up that black man to be killed by that nigga. And fuck all them niggas and fuck all them hood rats. And for my white listeners who already know what fucking time it is, and this goes without saying, but hey, everything has to be fucking practical, PC. Black people are just as tired of niggas as the white people are. White people, did you get that? Black people are just as tired of niggas and their nigga shit, just as tired as the white people are. Okay? I also want to speak on Nick Cannon. He said some off-color things about Jewish people this past week when he had Professor Griff from the Honorable Hall of Fame Public Enemy on his show. And, you know, Professor Griff has caught in some flack himself over the years from some stuff he said about Jewish people. So I guess that spread over into Nick Cannon's universe. I also want to speak on Nick Cannon and his situation. Earlier this week on his podcast, he had Professor Griff from Public Enemy on his show. And he said some off-color things about Jewish people. And I have this excerpt from Sean King, the activist. He's very active on social media, and he had this to say. I have to weigh in on this. Nick Cannon is a good man with a huge heart. He's 39 years old. That means he has been on this earth for over 14,200 days. What I refuse to do is cancel this man's 14,000 days because of something he said in 90 seconds. I'm not even debating whether or not you or anyone else sincerely found it offensive. I'm saying that the man apologized, lost huge parts of his career, and I refuse to pile on or cancel him. For those of us who fight for actual redemption of human lives, we refuse to cancel people and throw them away like this. It violates the core ethic of what we fight for. It violates my faith as well. It's easy for you to cancel Nick Cannon when you never loved him or needed him in the first place. Black people cannot afford to cancel person after person deemed an enemy by the dominant power structure. We'd literally have nobody left. That doesn't mean we can't have accountability. It doesn't mean we don't ask people to atone for mistakes. But I'm not throwing this man away. I refuse. As a principle,
We have to be able to allow people who love us and fight for us to fail, grow, explore, even say dumb shit and make full-fledged mistakes and bounce back from it. It can be a process, but the process must exist. Social media does some good, but it really chews people up and spits them out. It hells you, then nails you. People are out there taking their own lives, being hospitalized, and contemplating suicide because words actually do hurt. They do. It's easy for people who've never been the #1 trending topic in the world and subjected to constant lies and scorn to assume how they'd handle such pressure. You have no idea what that weight feels like. If not for all that I've been through in my own life that built into my soul a stubbornness and a deep sense of endurance and the support system I have and my faith that pressure might have broken me a long time ago. Anyway, I love y'all. Hard times all around. Let's keep on pushing. Sean.
Well said. And Nick Cannon isn't a brother that is deemed cancel worthy. He is one of the champions of the people. He saw the error in his ways. He apologized. He can't be anti-Semitic. He was deep in those Jewish people's pockets at Viacom, CBS Viacom. And all it took was a phone call, one decision, to have him removed. And now I've seen posts of him contemplating suicide or attempting suicide, and that's the last thing we want. Because like I said, he's one of the voices of the people, a champion of the people. And Nick Cannon is essential to this world, to the culture, to the black community. And we need all the voices we can get. We need all the active leaders we can get that are down for the cause. And Nick Cannon is down for the cause. You want to cancel somebody? Cancel Tory Lanez. Cancel August Alsina. Hell, cancel Kanye. The coon shit, the nigga shit, that's gotta go. Nick Cannon is neither one of those. He's a strong black man who cares about his people. You know who doesn't care about their people? Terry Crews. I saw an article in the Washington Times, and it's written by Douglas Ernst, and it goes, Terry Crews has a message for critics who are upset at his calls for racial unity and spotlighting of Nick Cannon's racist rhetoric. I was never afraid of the KKK. It was people like you, meaning Nick Cannon. The former NFL player turned actor told his Twitter followers this week that legitimately scary threats throughout his life came from individuals accusing him of acting white. And this is his tweet. When I was young, I was never afraid of the KKK. It was people like you, the threats, the intimidation, discouraging free thought, and the insult of acting white. My heart breaks because your behavior only reveals you don't know how powerful you are. And Mike Roberts 422 replied, you going so hard against Nick Cannon, but when you fall, no black person will have your back. Watch. Facts. Now the article continues. The criticism continued this week after the Brooklyn Nine-Nine star pointed to entertainer Nick Cannon's racist interview with former Public Enemy member Richard Professor Griffith. We have to include this white voice, this Hispanic voice, this Asian voice. We have to include it right now, because if we don't, it's going to slip into something we are really not prepared for, Terry Crews said in the Talk interview. June 16, 2020. Mr. Crews tweeted Tuesdays while linking to footage of Mr. Cannon's interview. Viacom CBS parted ways with Mr. Cannon for anti-Semitic racist comments like the only way that white people can act is evil. They have to rob, steal, rape, kill in order to survive. They're acting like as animals. So they're the ones that are actually closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. Fox said earlier this week that an apology issued on Twitter by Mr. Cannon, although juxtaposed with retweets by the entertainer defending the racist interview, allowed him to keep his role on The Masked Singer. When I was young,
I was never afraid of the KKK, Mr. Cruz told Mr. Cannon's online apologist. It was people like you, the threats, the intimidation, discouraging free thought, and the insult of acting white. My heart breaks because your behavior only reveals you don't know how powerful you are. And yeah, Terry Crews, fuck you, man. If anyone, that's another one that needs to be canceled, especially after that lame-ass John Henry movie with Ludacris on Netflix that I will not watch. I refuse to watch. Even if it was the last movie on Netflix, I would actually cancel my Netflix subscription if that was it. But yeah, thank you, Terry Crews. Fuck you, Terry Crews. Now on to basketball. July 31st, I think we're still on. There's no Kawhi.
The last man of cornrows.
No, I don't think we're going to have a Kyrie, a Kevin Durant, a Michael Beasley, Ricky, Ronnie, Bobby, Ralph. But all I do know is, the one person I do know who is coming back, you goddamn right. Ring number 4, and I don't care if you want to call this a watered-down, half-ass exhibition season. It doesn't matter because they're playing in the Disney World bubble. All championships matter. Return of the King, baby. Return of the fucking King. Ring number 4. Back to the topic of things that need to be canceled. WWE. It's been shit for probably longer than this pandemic. Even when they had an audience, it was very unwatchable. And tonight, they have their pay-per-view, their monthly pay-per-view, the horror show at Extreme Rules. And one of these matches that caught my eye, no pun intended, one of the matches, I shit you not, people, is an eye for an eye match between Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio. And the match can only be won when one competitor extracts an eye of their opponent. That's right, people. The match is only won when the competitor takes an eyeball out of the socket of his opponent. I'm going to say that one more fucking time. The match is only won when the competitor extracts the eyeball out of the socket of their opponent. And that's where we are here in 2020 on WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. How about you pull out the viewers' eyes, because we are the real losers for fucking watching this shit. WWE Horror Show at Extreme Rules needs to be called WWE Horrific Shit to the Extremities. But I digress. I still have my subscription. I'm keeping my eye out on it because there's nothing else to do, right? Today in sports history, in 1909, Cleveland shortstop Neil Ball completes the first modern MLB unassisted triple play in the Indians' 6-1 win over the Boston Red Sox. In 1910, Cleveland Indians future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Cy Young registers his 500th career victory, 5-4 over the Washington Senators in 11 innings. In 1922, American swimmer Johnny Weissmuller is the first to break the 1-minute barrier for 100-meter freestyle, swims 58.6 seconds at Alameda, California. In 1936, the Indians' Bob Feller makes his major league debut in relief. In 1952, the 15th Summer Olympic Games open in Helsinki, Finland. In 1973, Willie Mays is named to the National League All-Star team for the 24th time, ties Stan Musial. In 1974, Cleveland Indian Dick Bossman no-hits the Oakland A's 4-zip. In 1977, the 48th All-Star Baseball Game is held. National League wins 7-5 at Yankee Stadium in New York. All-Star MVP is Don Sutton of the Los Angeles Dodgers. In 1980, the 22nd Modern Olympic Games opened in Moscow. The U.S. and others boycott. In 1986, Indians pitcher Phil Niekro wins his 307th game. In 1986, Tim Witherspoon KOs Frank Bruno in 11 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title. In 1989, Cleveland Indians' Joe Carter has his fourth 3-home run game. On that same day, Dave Righetti pitches in his 499th game as a New York Yankee, passing Whitey Ford in most appearances as a New York Yankee. In 1991, Cal Ripken plays in his 1500th consecutive game. In 1996, the 26th Olympic Games opened in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was my half-assed sports report. We'll be back after these messages. In today's birthdays, happy 33rd birthday to American mixed martial artist John Jones. Happy 35th birthday to American basketball player LaMarcus Aldridge. Happy 36th birthday to American basketball player and two-time NBA champion Adam Morrison. Happy 41st birthday to American baseball player Rick Ankiel. Happy 44th birthday to English actor Burlington Coat Factory, Benedict Cumberbatch. Happy 49th birthday to Ukrainian boxer and politician, the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko. Happy 52nd birthday to American comedian, actor, and author Jim Norton. Happy 56th birthday to American basketball player and Hall of Famer Teresa Edwards. Happy 58th birthday to American actor and director Anthony Edwards. Happy 59th birthday to American comedian, actress, and author Lisa Lampanelli. Happy 62nd birthday to American wrestler Robert Gibson. And happy 73rd birthday to English singer, songwriter, guitarist, producer, and astrophysicist Brian May of the legendary band Queen.
It's me, Coitus, of good old Coitus and Shoes for Little Feet, where we specialize in shoes for little feet. We got white shoes, black shoes, brown shoes, purple shoes, green shoes, red shoes, purple shoes for little feet, cowboy boots for little feet, house shoes for little feet, Crocs for little feet. If you're a grown-ass man with little feet, this is the store for you. So come on down to good old Coitus's Shoes for Little Feet. That's right, good old Coitus's Shoes for Little Feet.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. You know what that means, right? You pay nothing. It's free 99. It's a free app that you put on your phone, and it lets you go from there. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Check out Anchor. Today's episode of Over the Culture has been brought to you by the number 19 and niggas. Made possible by listeners like you. And a special mention to those no longer with us. We recently lost Naya Rivera, who was an American actress, singer, and model. Born Naya Marie Rivera on January 12, 1987, in Santa Clarita, California, she began her career as a child actress and model, appearing in national television commercials before landing the role of Hillary Winston on the short-lived CBS sitcom The Royal Family from 1991 to 1992 at the age of 4. For the part, she received a nomination for Young Artist Award. After a series of recurring television roles and guest spots as a teenager, Rivera received her breakthrough role as Santana Lopez on the Fox television series Glee from 2009 to 2015. For the role, she received nominations and numerous awards and critical acclaim. Rivera was signed to Columbia Records as a solo musical artist in 2011, and despite never releasing a studio album, released a single, Sorry, featuring rapper Big Sean in 2013. On film, Rivera made her debut as Vera in the horror film At the Devil's Door in 2014, before playing a supporting role in the comedy film Mad Families in 2017. Her personal life garnered significant press and media attention throughout her career. In 2016, she published a memoir titled Sorry Not Sorry: Dreams, Mistakes, and Growing Up. On July 8, 2020, Rivera was declared a missing person after her 4-year-old son, Josie, was found alone in Rivera's rented boat at Lake Piru, a man-made reservoir in the Los Padres National Forest in Ventura County, California. The search for both Rivera and Josie had begun at 4:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 hours after they left the dock, when the rental was over and they had not returned. Another boater discovered Josie alone, asleep on the boat with his life jacket on, around 5:00 p.m. The boat was in the Narrows, an area at the north of the lake that can be quite deep and windy. An adult life jacket was found on board, along with Rivera's identification. Josie told investigators that they were swimming. His mother had helped him climb back into the boat, but she was unable to climb back on board herself, and then she disappeared underwater. He also stated that his mother was not wearing a life jacket. Lake Piru is known locally for strong, unpredictable currents and whirlpools that have caused the deaths of swimmers in the past. Rivera's vehicle, a black Mercedes G-Wagon, was found in the parking lot. The Ventura County Sheriff's Office suspended the search and rescue operation that evening and resumed again the following day. The lake was closed to the public, with dive teams from across the region taking part in the search. On July 9th, the Sheriff's Department confirmed to NBC that Rivera was presumed dead, and that rescue efforts would now shift to recovery efforts. On the first day of the search, efforts had been made on land to determine if Rivera had made it out of the lake. A lack of evidence, and Josie telling officers that he saw his mother disappear underwater, led them to change the search to recovery. On July 10th, the Sheriff's Office released closed-circuit television footage of Rivera and her son arriving in the parking lot and leaving the dock on the boat, and the numbers of divers involved was cut from around 100 to around 40. The Sheriff's Department explained that the visibility was so poor, it was more probable Rivera would be found using sonar devices. As well as dive teams and sonars, sniffer dogs were taken out on the lake. On July 11th and 12th, Rivera's parents, brother, ex-husband Ryan Dorsey, and Glee co-star Heather Morris joined the search team at the lake. The Sheriff's Office dissuaded more civilians from joining the search because of dangerous terrain. They restated that they were searching on land as well as in the lake. On July 11th, the Sheriff's Office had announced that other counties and a private contractor were assisting with the search. On July 13th, it was announced that a body had been found floating in Lake Piru by divers when the search resumed in the morning at around 9:30 a.m. The body was confirmed to be Rivera's at a press conference held later that day. She was officially declared dead on July 13th. The Ventura County Sheriff suggested that Rivera and Josie may have got caught in a rip current. These can be common in the area of the lake they were in, especially during the afternoon, and struggled to get back to the boat, which was found unanchored, and so may have drifted from where they entered the water. He concluded that she likely mustered enough energy to save her son, but not enough to save herself, noting that Josie described being pushed back into the boat by his mother. On July 14th, the Ventura County Medical Examiner released an autopsy report stating that the cause of death was an accidental drowning, and that there was no evidence of injury or intoxication. This past Sunday, we lost American actress and model Kelly Preston, born Kelly Kamelalahua Smith on October 13, 1962, in Honolulu, Hawaii. She appeared in more than 60 television and film productions, including Mischief in 1985, Twins in 1988, Jerry Maguire in 1996, and For the Love of the Game in 1999. She was married to John Travolta, with whom she collaborated on comedy film The Experts in 1989, science fiction film Battlefield Earth in 2000, and the biographical film Gotti in 2018. She also starred in the film Space Camp in 1986, The Cat in the Hat in 2003, What a Girl Wants in 2003, Broken Bridges in 2006, and Old Dogs in 2009. On July 12, 2020, Preston died at the age of 57, 2 years after she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. Her diagnosis had been kept quiet and was not widely publicized. Preston had been receiving treatment at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. She had also been treated at other medical centers. Preston was at her home in Anthony, Florida when she died. Her death was announced in an Instagram post under an account belonging to John Travolta and Ella Boo. This past Friday, we lost American politician and civil rights leader John Lewis, born John Robert Lewis on February 21, 1940, in Troy, Alabama. He served in the United States House of Representatives for Georgia's 5th Congressional District from 1987 until his death in 2020. Lewis served as the chairman of the Student Nonviolent and Coordinating Committee from 1963 to 1966. Lewis, who as SNCC chairman was one of the Big Six leaders of groups who organized the 1963 March on Washington, fulfilled many key roles in the civil rights movement and its actions to end legalized racial segregation in the United States. A member of the Democratic Party, Lewis was first elected to Congress in 1986 and served for 17 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. Due to his length of service, he became the Dean of Georgia Congressional Delegation. The district he served includes the northern three-quarters of Atlanta. He was a leader of the Democratic Party in the U.S. House of Representatives, serving from 1991 as Chief Deputy Whip and from 2003 as Senior Chief Deputy Whip. He received many honorary degrees and awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. On December 29, 2019, Lewis announced that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He remained in the Washington, D.C. area for his treatment. Lewis stated, "I have been in some kind of fight for freedom, equality, basic human rights for nearly my entire life. I've never faced a fight quite like the one I have now." On July 17, 2020, Lewis died at the age of 80 after a 6-month battle with pancreatic cancer in Atlanta, Georgia. Lewis died on the same day as his friend and fellow activist, C.T. Vivian. President Donald Trump said he was saddened to hear about the death of Lewis and ordered all flags to be flown at half-staff. Former President Barack Obama said in a statement that Lewis had an enormous impact in U.S. history. Former Presidents George W. Bush and Bill Clinton also admired Lewis, as did several members of Congress and other political leaders. Senators Marco Rubio and Dan Sullivan accidentally posted a picture of the late Maryland Congressman Elijah Cummings, who died in October 2019, when posting their tributes to Lewis. Both soon deleted their posts. Calls to rename the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, after Lewis soon grew after his death. C.T. Vivian was an American minister, author, and close friend and lieutenant of Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights Movement. Born Cordy Tyndale Vivian on July 30th, 1924 in Boonville, Missouri, he would later reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and would found the C.T. Vivian Leadership Institute, Incorporated. He was a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. President Barack Obama, speaking at Selma's Brown Chapel on March 2007 anniversary of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery marches, recognized Vivian in his opening remarks in the words of Martin Luther King Jr. as the greatest preacher to ever live. Vivian died on July 17, 2020 in Atlanta, 2 weeks before his 96th birthday, the same day as his friend and fellow activist, John Lewis. Rest easy, y'all. On June 30th, Tory said on his Twitter, "All my exes know I'm toxic. Maybe that's the reason we was locked in." Alright, nigga. Okay, yeah, so that was June 30th. He said that on his Twitter. And then there's this article from the Shadow League by J.R. Gamble, written July 17, 2020. The title is "Domestic Violence in Hip-Hop Rears Its Ugly Head Again. The latest fiasco between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion is a quarantine love affair gone sour." There have been so many unnecessary, violent, and downright bizarre moments throughout hip-hop history. Moments we'll never recover from, like the murders of Tupac and Biggie. Tragic incidents that leave us scratching our heads, like the death of Juice WRLD, who killed himself by mistake swallowing a bunch of pills as police descended upon his private jet full of guns and drugs. Ones that create rifts between the genders, like when Left Eye burnt down Andre Rison's home and the women cheered her strength. The men shook their heads in disbelief. The Chris Brown attack on Rihanna, again in a vehicle, was the talk of the entertainment industry, a sad but engaging tale of domestic violence between super celebrities that brought the issue to the forefront of American society. It goes on, and each incident contains its share of guns, toxic behavior, deception, lack of discipline, relationships gone awry, and overall shock value. This recent incident between rising rap star Megan Thee Stallion, who is managed by Jay-Z's Roc Nation, and rapper-singer Tory Lanez is not only disheartening, but it raises so many more questions. After the smoke and the shock and the Twitter memes dissipate, it seems we are left with another sad incident of domestic violence. According to TMZ, the group left together from a house party in the Hollywood Hills in the early hours of Sunday morning, but Megan, 25, and her friend Kelsey Nicole at some point wanted to leave the chauffeur-driven car. TMZ claims Tory, 27, then opened fire inside the vehicle and hit Megan in the feet twice, following an argument in which she and her friend Kelsey Nicole attempted to get out of the SUV they were traveling in. The rappers were pulled over by police in the Hollywood Hills early Sunday. Footage shows cops ordering Megan and Tory to get out of their SUV and to put their hands in the air as Megan's feet bled. Tory was arrested on a concealed weapons charge. Megan was eventually released by the police. Initially, rumors started swirling that Megan was arrested as well. Several reports even insinuated that she had been shot by the police. In an Instagram post on Wednesday, Megan revealed she had suffered gunshot wounds prior to Tory's arrest. She did not reveal who shot her or why, but she said the shooting was intentional. Her Instagram post read, "The narrative that is being reported about Sunday morning events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery, but it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible." The story opens up a huge can of worms bigger than the state of Texas because of reports that it was Lanez who did the shooting. If so, that's egregious. And why did he do it? What was going on that raised the circumstance to the level of guns being drawn? Was he high out of his mind? It sounds like it. It had to be more than just jealous rage, no? We all need to know what happened. This is one of those compelling stories that probably has 100 legs in a history that is even better than the finale. Any way you slice it, Tory Lanez is in bad shape. He was released on $35,000 bond, but he's facing a concealed weapons charge. He might have some criminal recklessness, assault, or even attempted murder charges coming his way. Megan is claiming she was maliciously shot prior to Lanez being arrested. Watching this unfold brings back memories of Remy Ma sitting in a car and busting 2 slugs into Makita Barnes Joseph during a struggle over some stolen money back in 2008. She did a 6-year bid for that. If he was the shooter, Lanez got a lot of explaining to do. Some have dismissed the situation as a publicity stunt, especially considering that cops haven't confirmed the shooting and no witnesses have come forward to speak on the incident. If we accept Megan's IG posts and reports of them dating as authentic, then Lanez's career might be in jeopardy. According to everytownresearch.org, intimate partner violence and gun violence in the U.S. are inextricably linked, impacting millions of women, families, and communities across the country. Abusers with firearms are 5 times more likely to kill their victims, and guns further exacerbate the power and control dynamic used by abusers to inflict emotional abuse and exert coercive control over their victims. Every month, an average of 52 women are shot and killed by an intimate partner. Every month, an average of 52 women are shot and killed by an intimate partner. Nearly 1 million women alive today have reported being shot or shot at by an intimate partner, and 4.5 million women have reported being threatened with a gun. In more than half of mass shootings over the past decade, the perpetrator shot a current or former intimate partner or family member as part of the rampage. Remember how Chris Brown's career went downhill once the pictures of what he did to Rihanna surfaced? Sources say Jay-Z had a lot to do with suppressing Brown's comeback because Rihanna was a Roc Nation artist. Megan is as well, and if you ever saw Jay-Z getting roughed up by wife Beyonce's sister Solange Knowles in an elevator and not reacting, then you know where he stands when abusing women. As information flows in, this situation is apparently a case of domestic violence. Tory fired the shots from within the vehicle, while Megan was outside trying to leave, a source told Page 6. There is video, and the police are investigating. This is a case of a man physically harming and abusing a woman. Blogger Tasha K says that she has spoken to a reliable source who says that Meg was trying to leave Lanez and that he was angry about the prospect of someone coming behind him and reacted out of anger. They have reportedly been dating for several months, but things became serious during quarantine. Her team was reportedly unhappy about them dating. Page 6 also spoke to the LAPD, who would not give away too much information, but confirmed that their investigation into Lanez is still ongoing. There's still tons of speculation and sleuth searching going on. We here at Over the Culture wish Meg Thee Stallion a speedy recovery. Tory Lanez can go to hell. This is a time we need to support our black women, protect our black women, protect black men, support black men. But these niggas gotta go. These hood rats gotta go. Fuck these niggas. Fuck these hood rats. And Tory Lanez is a dumbass nigga. We've seen enough of his fuckery. We've seen enough of his foolishness. He admitted to himself on Twitter, to the world, that he is a toxic human being. He's toxic masculinity. He is the embodiment of toxic masculinity. There's no explanation, there's no justification for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. Unintentional, intentional. If it was unintentional, why the fuck are you rolling with the gun anyway? You don't know how to handle that shit. Cheddar Bob. I gotta remove his songs from my playlist. I can't fuck with Tory Lanez. I don't know how anyone in this world can fuck with Tory Lanez. Enough with the shenanigans. Enough with the stupid shit. And I thought Canadians were supposed to be cool. There's always that one. There's always gotta be that one to fuck it all up. Aubrey is somewhere shaking his head. And I'm not going to hamper on this too much, but fuck you, Tory Lanez. Today in entertainment history. In 1940, Nazi occupiers in Netherlands forbid anti-Nazi film. In 1941, Tom and Jerry first appear under their own names in the cartoon The Midnight Snack by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. In 1961, the first in-flight movie is shown on TWA. In 1974, David Bowie's Diamond Dog Tour ends in New York City. In 1976, the rock group Deep Purple disbands. In 1983, Simon and Garfunkel begin their North American summer tour in Akron, Ohio. In 1994, Sir Mix-a-Lot releases Chief Boot Naka, Coolio releases It Takes a Thief, Jamie Foxx releases his debut album Peep This, and Marilyn Manson releases his debut album Portrait of American Family. In 2001, Old Dirty Bastard is sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for drug possession. In 2007, TV drama Mad Men debuts starring John Hamm, Elizabeth Moss, and Vincent Kartheiser on cable network AMC. In 2011, Captain America: The First Avenger, directed by Joe Johnston, starring Chris Evans and Haley Atwell, premieres in Los Angeles. And in 2019, Nas releases The Lost Tapes 2. So that wraps up another edition of Over the Culture Podcast. I'm about to get me something to eat. All podcasts matter, it's just that mine's is a little bit better. We got some shit. Alright, y'all be cool.
Ohio.